Hello everyone, we are at the airport getting ready to do our first 14-hour leg to Dubai, but we have the much anticipated update as to why we had to cancel our show that was actually yesterday in Italy. But I'm going to let Jake share what he wants to share with this, and then we can go from there.
Well, firstly, this is hugely out of my comfort zone and not something I particularly really want to go too heavy into, but based on someone that was meant to love me and care for me and be the person that ensures things like this don't happen, has taken advantage of not only my goodwill, but placed a claim on a huge asset of mine back in New Zealand, which has now landed us in a 2.5 year legal battle, frozen assets, frozen funds, had to cancel our trip due to having to write affidavits.
Yeah, it's been...
And do things that just weren't going to allow us to compete. And please don't look at this and think, oh, fucking Jake's crying on Instagram or whatever. I'm trying to get this out the only way I can, because we promised you guys we would tell you why, and I'm not going to go further in depth than that it was completely out of our control, but by the end of this year it'll be all wrapped up and the truth will prevail, and that snake will be displayed in front of the world for everyone to see in the New Zealand justice system. And I will make sure that I will give everyone the lowdown about this person that once was someone that I held incredibly dear. And that's all I really need to say about that.
Yeah. So that's in very, very short terms where we are at, but yeah, it was just taking a huge toll again recently with things ramping back up. And obviously being in prep, low calorie, still having to work, relaunching a few things with the business. We just have so much on our plate right now that it wasn't like competing is the least of our priorities and worries right now. So we had to make an adult decision. But it is my sister's 30th, and we did commit to her to go and celebrate with her in Mykonos. So we are honouring that.
One thing about us is when we give you our word, we will keep our word. So Christy, we love you, and we're going to have the best time with you regardless of the circumstances.
Yeah.
But in 39 shows, my goal was to do 40 shows by the time I turned 40 in July. It's the first show I've ever had to pull the pin on. And I'm not proud to say that, but I'm proud that we made a choice as a couple to face the problem head on and get ahead of things. And we're growing the business in an exponential rate, which is obviously costing money, which is a drain when the resources are being tied up, but we're making it work because we see the greater good in what we're doing, and we know things need to be continuing to grow for us to grow as a company. And we've got such a great launch coming up, and like just that alone makes me excited.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't want to focus on that negative, because it literally tears. I can't speak about it without pain, and that's not the attitude I want to carry around. And I hate that Alicia's been brought into this, but I love that Alicia's been brought into this, because in all honesty, I couldn't do this without you, and I love you.
Yeah, look, I don't think there's anything that we cannot go through based on the last 3.5 years in total. But yeah, I wouldn't change anything, because we have learnt some phenomenal problem-solving skills and emotional skills and communication skills that I think are going to be super vital throughout our forever. So
we're gonna create a podcast once this is all over, and we can have the space to do this without the legal constraints that we're under at the moment. Again, just to clarify, this is not any wrongdoing of our own. This is simply a cash grab from someone that was meant to love and care about me. And that's the most disgusting thing, is the lies and the deception that have been done to try and get that cash. And we're not talking small numbers here. So I'm grateful that that happened, because the snakes will pull themselves out of the grass.
And we don't have to have those people
And
in our
those-
future when the
and
important things happen
Those
to
people
us.
just slow you down. And men, this is for you. I'm telling you, men. Don't hold shit from your partner. Lean into her. Your partner will guide you through and protect you from the pain that you feel inside. I took a while, and I'm glad I did, because I might not have been here without sharing this with Alicia and having her support me through this, because it's incredibly heavy. And I've found out that so many parts of my life have been a lie, including my lost relationship with my past father at the hands of her lies. So can't wait to tell you more about it, and I can't wait to share that story, because it's a fucking doozy. And I can't wait to expose the rat.